Have you ever wondered what it's like to have presentation or speech anxiety? Well, look no further, because I'm a really good example of this. So, presentation anxiety is simply just a fear or nervousness of delivering a speech or talking in front of large crowds or audiences. In my own personal experiences, I've had speech anxiety or presentation anxiety ever since I was younger, and for some reason, talking in front of large crowds just doesn't seem to get any easier as you get older. However, there is a couple of things that you can do to adjust this, or a couple steps that you can take to help this so whenever you do deliver a speech, or like myself, delivering a speech in front of a camera, you aren't experiencing any anxiety. In our last assignment, we had to talk about the delivery skills of a speaker, someone who's doing a lecture or having their own TED Talk. And something that I picked up from my own personal experiences is that I tend to have a lack of eye contact. Or for me, I'm a fast talker in general, so my speaking rate will increase. Something that I also tend to do is have vocal fillers. And in these instances, usually I'm just trying to recollect my thoughts, or if I tend to talk faster, I just want the speech to be over with. So I want to go as fast as possible, as we just saw. And so something that I tend to do in these situations whenever I want to deliver a good speech and have a conversational style with whoever I might be speaking to is taking deep breaths before I actually give the speech. I like to recollect my thoughts and make sure that everything that I have is ready to go and set up beforehand, so I don't feel rushed or feeling as if I'm going to stumble over my words or use those vocal fillers like I normally do. Taking deep breaths is usually a really good way to get yourself gathered before you're actually giving your speech. Another thing that I like to do, one thing that I should do more often, is taking a pause during the speech. It might seem a little bit awkward because you're just pausing, you're not actually saying anything, and that's usually where the vocal fillers will come in. But sometimes it's good to take a pause. In this instance, taking a pause is beneficial because not only are you able to kind of stop where you are and prepare for what you're going to say next, but it also gives the audience a chance to think. And so I appreciate that. I think that taking a pause is something that should be utilized more often, not only for me, but for speakers in general, just in case, like I said, your audience needs to kind of take in what you've already told them and then prepare for whatever is coming next. Lastly, and this might be the most important, is that I just remind myself that the adrenaline that I feel whenever I'm delivering a speech or before I deliver the speech usually is seen as nervousness. But in this instance, and for most of my speeches in the future, I would like to turn that into excitement. I want to tell myself that this is something that I can use as a tool rather than something that's hindering me. And by doing this, I can give a much better speech, I can have a better delivery, and for future speeches, in this speech included, having that moment of excitement or the moment that adrenaline hits, it's not something that will scare me. Instead, it's something that can motivate me to do better in the future.